I fermented used coffee grounds with this secret trick. And now, honestly, my plants just won't stop growing. Most gardeners, they toss coffee grounds into the compost pile and then wait months for results. That is actually where the mistake happens. Spent coffee grounds still hold locked nutrients, especially nitrogen, trace minerals, and carbon-rich organic matter. But in their raw state, much of that power is trapped inside dense particles that break down very slowly. I tested a faster method by fermenting used coffee grounds with a simple anaerobic catalyst, and, well, the response from the garden was immediate. Greener leaves, stronger stems, richer soil texture, and explosive new growth started showing far sooner than standard compost ever delivers. This is not hype. It is controlled microbial activation. Instead of waiting for nature to slowly decompose coffee grounds over time, fermentation speeds the biological process and turns waste into a nutrient-rich liquid soil booster your plants can absorb quickly. Why used coffee grounds need help first? Many gardeners sprinkle fresh or used coffee grounds directly around plants, expecting miracles. Sometimes it works, but often it creates crusting, compaction, or slow breakdown. Coffee grounds are fine-textured and can mat together when applied heavily. They also contain nitrogen, mostly tied up in organic compounds, meaning microbes must process it before roots benefit. That delay is why raw coffee grounds often disappoint people. The nutrients are present, but unavailable. Fermentation changes that. Once beneficial microbes begin digesting the grounds in an oxygen-free environment, they release plant-usable compounds, soften the structure, and create organic acids that help unlock minerals already sitting in your soil. The secret catalyst that changes everything. The catalyst is simple sugar combined with active microbes. Molasses works especially well because it feeds microbial populations rapidly while adding trace minerals. You can also use brown sugar if molasses is unavailable. For microbes, plain yogurt whey, rice wash ferment, compost extract, or an EM-style microbial starter all work. The sugar feeds the microbes. The microbes attack the dormant organic matter in the coffee grounds. In sealed anaerobic conditions, they multiply fast and begin converting waste into a biologically active concentrate. That microbial frenzy is what makes this method so effective. Right, so here's the exact fermented coffee ground formula. You'll want to use this tested ratio if you're making a batch at home. First, take 2 cups of used coffee grounds that have cooled completely. Add them to a bucket or a jar. Next, mix in 1 tablespoon of unsulfured molasses. Then, add 2 tablespoons of a live microbial starter. This could be yogurt whey, compost tea concentrate, or even fermented rice water. After that, pour in 1 litre of non-chlorinated water. Stir it all together thoroughly until it's fully combined. Now, transfer the mixture to a container with a lid, but don't tighten it too aggressively during the first couple of days, since gases might build up. Keep it in a warm, shaded place. Stir once a day, or just gently shake the container. After day 3, you can tighten the lid loosely again. Let it ferment for 5 to 7 days. When it's ready, it should smell earthy, tangy, or maybe even a bit sweet-sour. But if it smells rotten, like sewage, just discard it and start over. Now, let's talk about how to dilute before feeding your plants. This concentrate is really quite powerful, so you shouldn't pour it straight onto roots. For general garden use, mix 1 part of the fermented liquid with 10 parts water. That's 1 cup of concentrate to 10 cups of water. For seedlings or delicate herbs, go even lighter. Use 1 part concentrate to 20 parts water. For heavy feeders like tomatoes, peppers, squash, roses, bananas and leafy greens, use 1 part concentrate to 8 parts water, but only once those plants are established. Always apply it directly to moist soil, never dry. Watering dry soil first just helps the roots absorb nutrients safely and prevents any stress. So, what actually happens in the soil? Well, once you've applied the liquid, it does more than just feed your plants. It actually wakes up the soil food web. Beneficial microbes keep working underground, breaking down old organic matter and improving nutrient cycling. The mild acids from fermentation can help release tied-up phosphorus, calcium, magnesium and micronutrients that are already present in the soil. The fine coffee particles left behind also improve aggregation, so sandy soils hold moisture better and clay soils start to loosen up over time. Roots end up growing faster in crumbly, oxygen-rich soil, and healthier roots always mean healthier top growth. That's why, a lot of gardeners notice results that seem bigger than what fertilizer alone can explain. So, let's talk about the best plants to use it on. Leafy vegetables, they really respond quickly because they just love available nitrogen. Lettuce, spinach, kale, cabbage and herbs often green up within days, which is quite satisfying. Fruit crops like tomatoes and peppers, they benefit during the vegetative growth stage when they need strong stems and plenty of leaf mass. But remember, reduce the frequency once heavy flowering begins and then shift toward bloom-focused feeding. Houseplants can benefit too, especially pothos, monstera, philodendron, spider plants and peace lilies. Just use a weaker dilution indoors and apply it monthly. And flowering ornamentals like roses, hydrangeas and hibiscus usually reward you with richer foliage and stronger repeat blooming, simply because healthier leaves really do power bigger flower production. Now let's cover some mistakes that can ruin your results. Too much coffee concentrate can easily overwhelm roots, so always dilute. Using chlorinated tap water may slow microbial action, so if possible, let your tap water sit overnight first. Applying every day is unnecessary, honestly. Once every 7 to 14 days is enough for most plants. Using mouldy or contaminated coffee grounds can create bad fermentation, so start with clean, freshly used grounds. And leaving the container fully sealed from day one may cause pressure buildup, so vent gently if needed. When it comes to how often to use it, for vegetables in active growth, use it every 7 days. For shrubs, flowers and container plants, every 14 days works well. For tired garden beds, you can drench once weekly for 3 weeks, then reduce to maintenance use. Consistency matters more than strength here. Small repeated feedings really do outperform one heavy application. Now, why does this beat standard composting for speed? Well, traditional composting is excellent, but it takes time, turning, balance, and patience. Fermented coffee extract creates a shortcut when your plants need help now. It rapidly pre-digests nutrients and delivers biology in liquid form, which spreads through soil immediately. Think of compost as a long-term soil builder, and fermented coffee feed as a fast biological booster. Used together, honestly, they become a powerful system. Just a few final thoughts. If you drink coffee and garden, you are sitting on a free resource that most people waste. By fermenting used coffee grounds with a simple microbial catalyst, you turn yesterday's trash into today's plant fuel. Faster growth, greener leaves, stronger soil, and better resilience can all come from one jar and 1 week of patience. Try one batch on half your plants and compare the difference. You may never throw coffee grounds away again. If you love practical garden secrets like this, subscribe to The Garden Life. Share this with another gardener and keep growing smarter every season.